Okay, hello everybody. How are you? Great to be here. And it is Tuesday, 5th of August. Here we are, running our way through August. I certainly believe there's going to be a lot of things happening in August. Obviously, we are waiting with bated breath to hear from our CEO, Ash Mufara. But stay tuned. As soon as we hear anything, we will certainly bring it to you. Let's bring you up to date then. Nothing new in the OES at the moment, but wouldn't be surprised if we see something this week, whether it's to let us know about how the survey went or another own news or etc. But keep your eyes peeled in that area. I do believe that we will see something this week. That's my gut feeling anyway. A couple of birthdays, actually. First one is to my daughter, Philippa Redfern. It's her birthday today. I did put a post out on social media for it today. She's pretty heavily pregnant at the moment. She's only got, I think, 6 weeks, 7 weeks left now, something like that. So yeah, she's looking very pregnant, and it's starting to tire her out a bit. But she is doing a really good job of carrying at the moment. She's really up for the challenge. So as I knew she would do, she's a very stoic young lady, and she's taking it all in a stride. So happy birthday to my little Philly. Mummy and Daddy love you lots if you're listening in. And also it is Dawn DeGamo's birthday today as well. So wishing her a happy birthday. So as you heard, the survey is now closed, and I am sure that our CEO will bring us up to date with how that went and the analytical data that they recovered from it or received from it. It's quite interesting, actually, the survey itself, to have a live survey that you can change. It's the first time I've actually seen what they call a live survey. Normally, how surveys work is you fill it out, you click submit, and that's you done, isn't it? You know, you don't get a chance to go, actually, I wish I'd have put that instead of that, and to be able to go back in and change that survey. So again, this is going to be a product. This is something that we will be using, and other people as well. So it's great to use it as well, isn't it? More importantly, for those people, I will reiterate once again, who are sending all of us, really, all of us loudspeakers, messages about changing emails, can't log in, OTP not working, etc. Just relax, guys. Don't worry. Nothing's going to happen to your account. And moving forward, I'm sure there will be availability for us to change things in the future if needed. Okay, so let's just wait and hear back from our CEO as far as that. If you didn't get chance to do the survey, don't worry. Okay, there was a few of my accounts I didn't do the survey on. I just did the one, and that was it, really, because I didn't feel the need that I needed to do a survey for each of my accounts. So there's plenty of accounts I've got that didn't have the survey on it. They're attached to me, so that would be known anyway. So I wouldn't worry if you didn't get chance to fill that survey in. Now, talking at the survey, the reason for this live that I've got today okay, which is the importance of moving forward in business, is because of that survey. Now, if you'd read the little dialogue before we went into the survey, it says right at the end of that, this survey is about decision. We want to know how committed you are to the destination we've all been striving towards and how ready you are to keep moving forward with us. And this really got me thinking about how important is it to move forward in business? You know, that connotation between letting go of the old, moving forward, new vehicle, all of these things we've talked about. And I wanted to do a bit of research with how this affects a business if you are a person or a businessman who really is looking forward for their business. So let me share the screen and we shall talk about it. So let me just get going. So here we go then. The importance of moving forward in business. Again, AI and me did a great job looking at this, and we've come up with some really good things. So moving forward in business is crucial for sustained success and relevance. Now, before we talk about the other bits, okay, let's just talk about that little bit itself. Crucial for sustained success and relevance. Having that ability to keep moving forward, regardless of what's gone on, regardless of what's happened to you, regardless of things that are coming in from the side or adversities or anything like that. The number one most important thing that you can do for your business is keep moving forward, regardless. That is really what stands the men out from the boys. Okay, the ones that just don't give up. We've seen the 2 feet from gold sketches. We've seen and heard the success stories of so many businessmen that are out there right now. And almost the number one thing that they all say is, we never gave up. We kept moving forward. We kept pushing the boundaries and where we are going. Why? Because they were exactly laser focused on what they were trying to achieve. Failing to adapt and innovate in your business can lead to stagnation. We've all seen this, and I was talking about this the other day, haven't we? That if things start off really well in your business, you're making loads of money, sales are really good, and all the rest of it, you tend to take your eye off the ball a little bit. You don't get hungry for it anymore. Look at sports people, look at teams that win 9 times out of 10. The one that wants it the most is the person that's going to win. And it's the same in business. Those that want it the most are the ones that are going to be the most successful. They've got a little bit of an edge. They've got something else that others don't have. Just a little bit more of a sparkle, bit more energy. All of these things make a huge difference in business. And if you don't keep going forward, okay, if you don't keep moving, you can stagnate. And this loses your competitive edge in the marketplace and ultimately business failure. Now, I'm not advocating that all businesses are like that at all, by the way. I'm not advocating that that does happen. But look at the major businesses out there that you see. Let's take a mobile phone for a start. Look at iPhone. What do they do on a regular basis? They innovate and they produce new versions of those phones. That is them moving forward with the times of what people need and all the rest of it. Look at car manufacturers. They're always bringing out new versions, new models all the time. That is them moving forward. All these companies understand the importance of moving forward in their business. And if they don't, they certainly do stagnate, lose their competitive edge, and ultimately maybe even their business failure. I only have to quote two businesses, Nokia and Blockbuster. That's exactly what happened to them. They didn't move forward with the times. They didn't strive to stay up with technology. And instead of embracing things, they actually decided, we don't need that. We don't want that because we're successful doing what we are. And that was to their detriment and obvious business failings in the long run. So, embracing change, learning from past experiences, and strategically planning for the future are essential components of a thriving business. Learning from past experience. Certainly, our CEO has done that, hasn't he? He really has learned from his past experience. I think this is going to be a pivotal and crucial element in the next phase. I think the mistakes that he made, the things that happened out of his control, have all been taken on board and used in a positive manner into the next phase so that, guess what, they're not going to happen again. We're going to learn from those mistakes. We're going to make sure stuff like that can't happen to us again and make us an even more resilient and better business than we were before. These things are important to take on board. So let's have a look. Why moving forward in business is so important. Staying competitive goes without saying. If you want to succeed in any marketplace, you have to be competitive. The business landscape is constantly evolving. Competitors are always developing new products, services, and strategies. If a business doesn't adapt, it risks being outplaced and losing their market share. Exactly what happened to some of the businesses that I mentioned earlier. They didn't embrace things, they didn't go with the times. They ultimately got left behind. And that is exactly what I do not think will happen to us. I cannot see anything like that. In fact, I'm convinced, and this is my opinion, that we will actually be the forerunners of things that are happening. And people will be looking to us to catch up with us, not us adapting to other people. I think other people will adapt to us because what we are going to bring to the table is going to be very disruptive. It is going to be very new, vibrant, different. And this is where I think we will have the edge on so many of our competitors. Meeting customer needs. Customer preferences and expectations change over time. A business that does not evolve to meet these changes risks losing customers. How many times have I talked about the importance of doing feedback and surveys? We've just done a survey. This is where you gauge the tone and the satisfaction of your customer. If you don't adapt to how people are to you, then you end up losing those customers. It's how you handle all of these things that make the difference. If a customer gives you a bad feedback of one of your products, how you handle that really is the difference between keeping that customer or losing that customer. This is where you need to adapt and move with the times as far as their customer needs are concerned. Attracting and retaining talent. Big problems, especially in the IT world at the moment. A company that resists change can become a stagnant environment, leading to disengaged employees and higher turnover. We already know with the new team that our CEO has got, a lot of these people have come from blue chip other businesses. We haven't been told exactly which ones they are, but we do know what those blue chip companies are, the ones that are in the top 10, top 15 of the known big companies as far as IT is concerned. So why do they come to a startup company like ourselves? Because we are offering them the talent, something that they can really get their teeth into, something that they can showcase their ability, something that they can be the first to ever do, something that they have that opportunity to broaden their mind and horizons as far as their capability is concerned. And this is what really people who are of that ilk, the money side of things is there already. They get paid an obscene amount of money to do what they do. That is not what gets them up in the morning to do their job. What gets them up in the morning to do their job is to be pushed to the limits of their ability to produce things that nobody else has seen or done before. This is what excites them. And if they can join a company that gives them pretty much free reign to be able to produce things of that nature, then you know you've got the right talent behind you. Why? Because they're going to bring something to the table that really is disruptive, revolutionary, even that has not been seen before. And this really is what's going to make the talent's name. Designed by this guy. He was the coder for this. And this goes a huge amount of way as far as how good that company and business is. Pat Parent, my lovely, thank you so much for your super sticker. That's very kind. Not necessarily, guys, but that's very, very kind of you, Pat. So what else have we got then as far as the importance of moving forward in business? Driving innovation. Moving forward requires a willingness to explore new ideas and technologies. This can lead to the development of new products, services, and processes that drive growth and profitability. I think that has got our business name written all over it. I think that is already exactly what we are doing. We are driving innovation as far as our tech guys are concerned. The IT people getting their teeth into producing stuff that hasn't even been heard of. I think that part is going to make a huge difference to our growth and our profitability. Avoid obsolescence. In today's fast paced world, businesses that cling to outdated practices risk becoming obsolete. Nokia, Blockbuster, and a whole load more who didn't do this, did they? They didn't adapt to the business world, became outdated very, very quickly, and then bye bye, no more. That is something I cannot see us happening as far as that is concerned. Learning from the past. Obviously, this resonates with all of us, doesn't it? Looking back on past successes and failures provides valuable lessons for future decision making. I'm sure that the things that have happened to the business, things that have happened to us individually, is part of the shaping of the new way forward. I'm sure that lessons have been learned. The failings that happened have been marked and made sure that they're not going to happen again. I also believe as well that we've learned as well. We were very successful when we first launched, if you remember. You know, we did get off to a fantastic start. We really did have a buzz about the business when we started in September a few years ago. I believe that will be the same again. In fact, if not better. Why? Because I think prior to us getting to the point of us actually launching, I wouldn't be surprised if we see other areas of our advertising before we get to that point. I might be completely wrong, but let's have a look to see what Ash Mufareh brings to the table. And the last part then is maintaining relevance. Good point. A business that is constantly moving forward demonstrates a commitment to growth and adaptation, which can enhance its reputation and appeal to customers, investors, and employers. There's nothing worse, is there, than being a business that's actually not relevant about the products that you are meant to be having. Stay focused on what you are. Stay focused on what is our business model. I think a little part of On Passive got off that track. And that's part of the reason I believe that our CEO took back the reins, because we were getting off track of what our business model is. What is our goal? What is our destination? What are we trying to achieve? And I certainly believe that that was all part and parcel of what happened. Colonel Daniel Lee, thank you for your super sticker as well. That's very kind. So all of these things, guys, in essence, moving forward in business is not just about growth. It's about survival and long-term success. Those companies, those businesses that do strive to move forward, okay, are certainly going to be better off as far as their business model is concerned. Anyway, let me stop sharing. I hope that was of interest to you. It certainly was to me when I started researching it. A lot of things resonated with me as far as the business is concerned. I am convinced that when we see the next phase and everything that entails within it, we are going to get a sense of how the business has moved forward to this stage. Having a duplicate of what before is not going to make us successful moving forward. We need to change. We need to be radical. We need to be different if we are going to get the attention of the internet, of other businesses, of consumers, if we are to be successful into the next phase. I believe that is a done deal already. I believe that we are on course to do that. And I'm sure over the next meetings and updates that we get from our CEO, more of this will be divulged to us from our CEO. Anyway, guys, that's it from me for today. Be back around tomorrow with something else to bring to the table. If not, remember, log in, make sure you keep checking your OES for any updates there. If I hear anything, I'll certainly bring it to the table as well. That's it from me. Bye for now.